Hey, real ones, welcome back to the Let's Be So For Real podcast. We talk about life, relationships, and the mess in between.
You know it. This is your safe space for honest convos, bad decisions, and real life combos.
If you're new here, I'm Miko.
And I'm Akari. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Grab your bevy and get cozy because today's combo is going to be lit.
All right, guys. So today, this is our first podcast, so welcome on.
I know, it's our first one. Exciting.
Yeah, it's actually kind of like surreal. I feel like we've been talking about starting a podcast for so long.
That's true.
And then we're kind of just like, take it. Let's do it. Type of thing. So,
yeah, here we are.
Welcome, everyone. Right. We are. I guess we should start them off. Love it. English is my best friend. We should talk about us, I guess. A little bit of information. Yeah.
What you want to know? What do you want to
share?
Okay, well, I guess I'll go first. Well, I'm Akari, as y'all know. I am 28 and I live in Massachusetts. Massachusetts. I am very into freestyle dance, singing, and I'm very creative. I am not Miko's the brains of this operation. I'm more of the creative side than anything. So I don't know what else to say. What do you want us to say?
I mean, I'll take it. You know?
I'm just a sidekick.
Yeah, cue the applause for Akari.
Yes, thank you.
That's that girl. She's her.
She's her.
I was gonna say something else. I'm trying. But I guess I'll say something about myself.
Yeah.
My name is Miko.
Hey, Miko.
My name is Miko. Yeah. I wish I can really think of something that would fit to that song.
I know.
But I'm not the creative one, as we all already can see. She is.
What is that supposed to mean?
Yeah, no. What'd you say?
You said, what is that supposed to mean?
You know that song is like, my name is Keisha. Yeah. I wish I could think of something, but I can't, as we can see. Anyways, my name is Miko. Again,
we already established
I'm 28 as well.
Mm-hmm. Jesus Christ.
I'm from Ohio.
Ooh.
That's all y'all are gonna know.
Yes, sir.
OH. If you're in Ohio and you said it, you already know what to say. So it's okay. Me and you are locked in.
What?
But yeah. Activities. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, basically.
I like coloring. I don't know.
That's it.
I like gaming. Yeah, I'm really into gaming. She said that's it. No, I'm not done.
It sounded like you ended right there, bro. It sounded like you just ended like, I'm done. I like coloring. Like, okay.
No, I mean, I don't know what else to say. I like coloring and I like gaming. Favorite game right now is Marvel Rivals.
Yeah, she plays that every single day.
Cloak and Dagger. I do play it every day. I do. There's no shame in my game either. I can outcloak anyone. Well, I don't know about anyone, but most people, I would say.
Professional.
Yeah. But you play too.
I do.
So don't judge me.
Barely. I've been at the same
Barely.
level.
This woman is nasty at Star-Lord. Like, hello?
What do you mean?
Dropping 20, 30 kills a game. Hello? Don't let her fool you.
You're exaggerating.
Please.
You're exaggerating.
My goodness. No, the last game we played, you had like 30 kills. Hello?
Oh, for real? Oh, shoot. I didn't even peep. That's crazy.
My goodness.
Oh, my God.
They said, I hate to see her coming.
Well, yeah, that's us,
guys. You'll, guess a little bit about, I can tell about my dog. I love my dog. He's my baby. His name is Onyx. He's a black lab. He's beautiful. He's getting a little sassy though. He's getting into his teen adult years and he's getting a little bit more sassy. And And of course, my boyfriend.
Of course,
Sunny, y'all meet him periodically. Yeah, they have a love-hate relationship. They're like brother and sister, but they bicker all the time. It's like FUs everywhere.
Wait. I didn't start it. He started, okay?
Huh?
I didn't start it.
Every time you hear, don't let her lie to y'all. Again, don't let her lie to y'all.
I just finished.
They be bickering back and forth like they are brother and sister.
I mean, that's how you're supposed to be. Like,
that's how it should be, I guess.
Like,
in my opinion,
if your best friend has a boyfriend and your friend is single, like, you shouldn't be like, I don't know, like, I don't know.
You should be, oh my god, you're so funny.
Yeah,
like,
no,
oh my god,
like, no.
I'm gagging even thinking about it. Not gonna lie to you.
Whatever girl does that to their best friend's boyfriend has a problem.
You're a pick-me bitch.
Yeah,
at the end of the day, you are a pick-me bitch.
Like, if you have like a brother and sister relationship, that's much better than whatever that was.
Like, it's more tolerable too, because I feel like it's not as threatening or whatever. Like, obviously there's things that are just for me, like the nickname I have for him. No one else can say that,
right. And asking permission,
that's like the only like hard thing about it. Not hard thing about it, I should say, like the only like hard boundary. I think it's also too about having boundaries with your friends or whatever.
Yeah.
And but if you guys don't talk about those boundaries either, then it can be kind of misconstrued. We've never had issues though. No. Like, when it comes to a guy,
we keep in our same lanes.
We don't let those.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't think we
I don't think we like the same type of people too. To be honest.
No, I feel like
I feel like we find generally people attractive, but not like personality wise. I don't think we go after the same people.
No, not at all.
But
doesn't mean that one day it will swap. I feel like the more that we be together, the more common things are gonna get. But I feel like but like men, we don't share men. You stay on your own side. Okay? You stay over there.
No, because I feel like at the same time, because that like fosters its own type of like what's the word, not rivalry, but like competition. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we've never competed. I was about to say composition. We've never competed for the same thing. Like, I feel like we've always done well about being in like our respective lanes and whatnot.
Yes, 100%.
So not even like respective lanes. I don't know. I don't want to say like
it just never.
You gotta stay over there and I gotta stay in here. Yeah,
it just
like,
never.
I think that's the one thing about our friendship that's always been like solid. Like, we've never had to like. I never felt like she was stepping on my toes.
All right.
Right.
Oh, yay. Good. Because I don't want to. Miko's scary. She's scary.
Aw, yeah. I am not scary.
Bro,
hello?
yes, you are.
I'm lying to these people.
When I tell you, listen, real ones, listen. When you get to know us, you see me and Miko are the opposite. Like, we're the same person, but we're opposite people. Like, we have the same humor, but when it comes down to conversation, she's the more, even though I'm older than her, she's the older sister.
Girl.
She's the older sister.
You're older than me by like
a few months, but you're older, girl. Imagine having twins. And they have different personalities. That's us. This is basically us.
To be honest, I don't disagree. I think what it is like, I wouldn't say that I'm scary, y'all. I'm not scary. I'm not scary, but I think that I'm really direct.
Yes.
And I feel like that's why it's like sometimes people find that, I wouldn't even say off-putting, because I don't really have issues with people, but like,
yeah, it's not off-putting. It's more like you have this aura around you that people get like scared, not scared, but like afraid to approach you when you start speaking your mind. You know, they're like, ooh, back off.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
It's a good thing because I don't know, maybe it's a bad thing. I don't know. No, I think it's a good thing. For me, it's a good thing because then I know she has my back when some female comes up to me and I don't know what to say. Miko's right there. I'll be like, what you want? What did you say? Okay.
I don't know. Like, I feel like, I think if we're speaking about like differences between us that make us work, it's like, I think I'm more of like I don't want to say guard dog because I'm not like, I don't know. I don't see myself as, like scary or like uber aggressive or anything like that.
No, you just have the presence.
But like, I guess I don't really like, if don't mess with me, I won't mess with you type of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I feel like I stay pretty much to myself. I think that's another thing why some people might find me like unapproachable at times. But 9 times out of 10, I'm singing a song in my head and thinking about coloring. Like I'm not even joking. Like those are the things that go through my head. Or I'm like replaying, and I hate to be so cliche, but I'm not. I'm like, I feel like I'm not super complicated. It's like I'm probably daydreaming about a rivals match. Like I had a dream about it last night. Like I was
dead.
I was messing people up. But like I was getting messed up too. It was like a legit match. I feel like my brain took like pieces of matches that I've played and just made
a dream
a
out
mock
of it.
battle.
That's crazy.
Right. But no, I think what I love about Akari is that she's, like she said, very creative and very down to earth. I remember the first time that we started really like talking as friends. It sounded so weird.
What?
We never talked.
That's
we never
true.
talked anything but as friends. But what I'm saying is like when I feel like this is the point where we became more friends than just acquaintances. I called her crying about a guy.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I feel like and I don't even remember who the guy was I was crying to you about.
I do, but I'm not gonna say anything.
Please don't. I don't remember.
I'm not gonna say anything.
But yeah, I feel like I didn't really have. I wouldn't say that I didn't have friends, right? Like you have people that you can go to and talk to.
Yeah.
Like Lydia was definitely my friend. She still is my friend. But I don't know, like it was like no one else around. I hate to say like no one else was around, but I feel like I've already was gravitating towards you because we were already like
maybe we
super chill with each other.
Yeah, maybe we should tell them like how we met. Maybe. Yeah.
So obviously y'all know that we're in different states, right?
Yeah.
So like we met through 5M. I don't know if anyone knows what
if you guys don't know what
but it's
5M
like GTA.
is, yeah, it's a GTA player versus player kind of thing, right? So not a virtual world. I would say virtual.
Not like VR chat, but
yeah,
it's definitely virtual.
If you guys heard of dang, what's the what's that server called? Wow. What's the most popular server? I feel like everybody knows.
No Pixel?
No Pixel. There you go. If you guys know what No Pixel is, you know what 5M is. So basically imagine that.
Yeah.
Where all the streamers were playing it, basically. So that's how we met. We were in a group called the Yakuza. So we were like kind of in a imaginary gang. I was Miko's higher up during that time. I don't even know how.
What do you mean?
I don't know how, bro. I don't know how. Don't get me started. I felt like
you were there before I was.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah, you were. Well, no. Yes and no, because that was like Yakuza was right after I took that break from having Diablos.
Oh.
So I wasn't in city for real, but Wag and Lydia were still. They had formed Yakuza.
Right. I think.
Then
it was like beginning, right? But they had a few members before I popped in.
Yeah, there were the members from Diablos.
Oh, okay.
And then they started adding people just from like knowing each other.
Yeah.
So I had just came back into the city after like taking a break, and I just started from the bottom. I was like, I really didn't need to be like a higher up or whatever, but
yeah.
but yeah, that's how we met. I'm glad. Now this is like what, a year later? Years
It's
later?
crazy. It's only been a year. I feel like it's so much more.
Was it?
Yeah, it's only been a
I
year.
do too.
Oh my god. Let me tell you guys how.
I'm like sitting here thinking like, wait, what?
No, it's only been a year.
I feel like I've known her for literally like
forever. No, it's only been a year. You know why? Because I had to look all the way back into our messages on Discord to see when we first started talking. Legit, I think we were having a meeting and Miko messaged me and apologizing that she's sorry for being a bitch and she didn't mean to come off that way. And I'm just like, girl, don't worry about it. And I think that's the start of where we got crossed. Yes. I had to scroll all the way back for your letter. I think you were giving your
sorry. What did I do?
I think you were giving your opinion about something, and during the meeting, because you cut what's her face off so badly, and I was laughing my ass off. I was laughing the whole time.
I wish I can remember these things, yo.
It was during a meeting. I think you were going against what's her name? What's Quag's girlfriend name? What's her name?
You asking the wrong
girl?
one.
You just said it. What's her name?
Lydia?
Not Lydia. She didn't date Quag.
Yeah, she did.
Lydia?
Yeah, they dated before. Oh,
no.
What is her name? Dang, what is her name? I know who you're talking about, but I can't remember her name.
Just said it, but yeah. So I think she was saying something, and you had an opinion about it, and you were questioning her, and you were just getting irritated about it. And I think I stepped in, and then you messaged me about you saying sorry. I didn't mean to come off that way. I was not trying to be hard-headed or something like that. And I was like, no, it's fine. And I think that's the start that we started talking. Yeah,
I don't know what I said to her, but clearly it was dumb as hell. So I don't regret that piece. But
yeah, that's how we met.
But yeah,
that's how we met, and never looks back. It's only been a year. That's crazy.
Are you sure,
girl? Yes.
I was like, are you sure? Because I don't know.
It's only been a year.
Like it's more than a year.
It does feel like it's more than a year, but it's been a year.
It can't. It has to be like a little bit over a year. Then.
I mean, now it's a little bit over.
I was around for your birthday last year. We weren't like super duper close then, but I remember that because I gave you something for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that was the beginning. Because I was not in that server for a long time. That was the beginning. It was like a little bit into 2024, but I think we really started in 2025.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
yeah.
Is there anything else you wanted to point out or like go over?
No, I think we kind of laid it down. I think our real ones will understand our personality eventually.
It's my girl.
Yeah, that is my.
Don't play her with her. Don't play with her. Don't play with her. What was that? I'm like a horror movie scene. I just see you stabbing at the air. Hello.
Oh my god. I make Miko laugh too much. I'm a clown. I don't know why.
My cheeks be hurting, you know. Cheeks be on fire.
No, but we love each other. We're like sisters.
I think you're silly. Not like a bad silly, but like you're goofy.
I am very goofy.
And that's the only thing. I feel like I'm trying to like learn, I guess, to be more.
Learn.
Well, I really wouldn't consider myself as like a goofy person.
Why you want to learn to
I can be
goofy?
funny.
Yeah, you are funny.
But I guess I feel like I would be more approachable if I was a little bit more silly.
No, girl.
You
know what people used to tell me when I was in servers that who told me Atlas told me this. He came up to me. He's like, Akari, you know, people are
Atlas?
Yeah. Is it Atlas? Yeah, it is Atlas. Is it Atlas?
I don't remember.
Whatever his name is. He came up to me. He was like, Akari,
I don't doubt it.
people are scared of you. I was like, well, huh? Why? I'm the most nicest person.
I think I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, and I was just like, why? I'm nice. You're like,
Kari's like a Pomeranian.
What?
I think of you like a Pomeranian. Like you I don't see you as like scary. I don't know. Or like a teacup.
No, I got that. Like to you, I'm a teacup, but to other people, it's the same thing. Like people think I'm scary because I don't talk to nobody. Like I give off that don't mess with me aura, or I will chew you out type thing. And I've chewed people out. Like there's so many people that got into an argument with me, and I chewed them out, and I got applause. And I was just like, I'm just a girl. Just kidding. Don't say that.
Chewing people left out. Wow. Left out and right.
English is not working today. We are like it's like 8:20.
It's not my friend.
It's 8:20 right now that we're doing this podcast. So yeah, you grinding.
Love to see it.
Yes, sir. So
I didn't do anything.
Enough about us, but I really want to get into this little video that we came across that Miko kind of submitted into our Discord. Miko, do you want to talk about this? Because
I think we should play the video first.
Play the video? Okay.
And then let's get into it.
We'll play the video for you guys. Let's look at this video that Miko found and we'll give our thoughts on it.
Things you should never tell a man. Never tell a man your insecurities. The moment that you make them a conversation, you're handing him the lens to see you through. And honestly, that can do nothing but harm. Your insecurities are your insecurities to work through. You definitely don't want to leave yourself vulnerable to give the wrong man the blueprint on how to use your wounds against you.
Okay. So that's the vid. That's
the
short.
Piss me off.
Tell him how you feel. Tell him how you feel. Tell him how you feel.
I just feel like I honestly feel like he's wrong. I'll say that.
Yeah.
I feel like the whole basis of a relationship is making yourself to a degree vulnerable, right? So how can a person really understand you and get to know you if you don't show them who you are? You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that on like the first date you have to like reveal the most traumatic thing that's ever happened to you. No. But I think it's a conversation that doesn't happen all the time. And that is the reason why relationships fail. And that conversation is like being real about, you know, past traumas when it comes to relationships. You know, I was hurt in X, Y, and Z way. So that way your partner knows how to either, you know, try to navigate around that or, you know, even help you through that. Also too, like it helps you be real with yourself. Because let's be honest, a lot of the times you don't really understand the full extent of something happening to you or anything like that if you haven't spoke about it. You know, that's why like I feel like journaling and stuff like that is effective as well.
That's true. On that note, like I feel like that's how you build with your partner. If you don't tell them what's going on with you, how the heck they gonna know like what's really wrong with you? Like they're not mind readers, and nor is women. Women are not mind readers. Men have a hard time sharing their feelings, sharing emotions. It's just because that's how they grew up.
Yeah.
Men never cry, da 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 da. But there's some men that actually generally show their emotions, and then you have women like this be like, nah, I'm not gonna share that. Like, why would I do that? Like, why are you being hard-headed? And I feel like this what is it called? Why can I not think of it? The word. This generation, I don't even know if it's our generation. I don't even think so. I feel like maybe it is our generation, but
I feel like it kind of is our generation, yeah.
This mindset of, I don't need a man, I can do it by myself, I can do da 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 da. And I'm like, girl, you can still be independent and still dependent on a man. He is the leverage for you. He's there to support you, and so are you to him. There's not this, oh, my money is my money and his money is my money. That's not how it works. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Well,
no, because then he can reverse it. He can reverse it and be like, your money is my money and my money is my money. Then you're gonna get mad, right?
I think that is really much. I think it's very much about. I think teamwork and partnership is not like a practiced thing. I would say a lot of skills when it comes to relationships is like a muscle. Like if you don't actually exercise it, then you grow fatigued, right? So like if you don't communicate well and you don't actively practice on communication, it's just you're gonna slowly get worse and worse and worse, and that's gonna take a toll on your relationship. So I feel like this very much ties into that. You have to communicate how you feel. You have to communicate what you think. And I think having an open and frank conversation about boundaries, what's expected, what might tick you off, you know what I mean? Those are things that can help your partner get to that stage of reading your mind. You know what I mean? Sometimes Sonny will say something. I'm like, you don't know me. Hello? Like, you do not know me. But he knows me. Like, and he'll know, like, he was like, oh, have you journaled in a while? And I'm like, no, you need to journal. So it's like when your partner knows things like that about you, knows like goals, knows wants, you guys can start being on the same page more than you would think. And then instead of viewing vulnerability as a con or
a weakness,
you know, something that sets you back, a weakness, when in fact it's not. You can use it to be stronger. You can use it to be more of a unit than anything. And honestly, I feel like this, if you partner with someone, right, that you feel like you can't even trust from the beginning, they're not someone that you should be with anyway. You know what I mean? If you don't feel that pull of wanting to be vulnerable with them, wanting to be, you know, I guess for women more specifically, if you don't feel like he's pulling out or they're pulling out your femininity, then run, leap, jump, skip, hop, whatever the hell you got to do to get away, because you know, it's 2026. You know what I mean? I hate to see people losing good relationships because they decided to do something as stupid as just not opening up. And you know, you can't always, I don't want to say you can't always open up, but you won't know what to say all the time. You know what I mean? Like, if you're having a really crappy day and you really just want to talk to your partner, you might not say the right things. You might just say everything that you're feeling and get it off your chest, and then you go back and clean it up a little bit. But that takes two things: the effort to perfect communication and vulnerability, and then you just letting your partner be there for you in that moment. So that way they have the practice as well of understanding, you know, what may be your trigger. Understanding that, hey, I had a hard day. And if they don't know you had a hard day or what made that day hard for you, then they might unintentionally add on to that.
That's true. I know a lot of women out there. I don't know if our real ones that are listening that agree with what the girl said, that never tell a man your insecurities or never tell a woman. But I feel like the more that you open those doors and bring those down, those walls, even though somebody hurts you, it's a learning curve and it's hard. But once you get that, you see that right person for you, girl, let loose. It's okay. It's okay to cry together. It's okay for him to feel what you're feeling, because he might have went through the same thing or been in the same situation as you, and you never know, and you can heal from that. And I think you should tell them. Not everything. Don't get me wrong. Don't just lay it out like lay it out for him to be pick and choose when he can support you, when you cannot. Do like test it out. Like share something that's not too damaging to you or a reminder to you. Do something small, like I don't know, my dog died or something like I don't know, but like do something small.
Or like I got cheated on.
Yeah,
something
I got
like,
cheated on. Like this is my situation. Like how do you feel about that? Or what is your insight onto that? Honestly, not everybody is going to have the right answer to things, and they might see it differently and be like, but that's the challenging thing that you should go through to see where other people's mindsets are. And that's kind of why we kind of started this podcast, because we have different mindsets. We don't think the same. She might agree with something, I might disagree, and vice versa. And that's us being human, but that's us learning each other and be like, oh, that's how you think. Let me see it from your perspective, you know? So think about that. Think about it.
And it gives you the opportunity, like she said, to really like hone in on that. You know what I mean? Because how can you really expect to have a long lasting relationship if just a little things of them of not knowing how they actually think didn't actually come into play? Meaning, so like if you never had the opportunity to understand how your partner thinks, imagine how many fights you would avoid. You know what I mean?
That's true. Petty fights.
So I just feel like petty fights, right?
Yeah. No, I
do you think, what is like one thing that you really think that should be talked about like early stages in a relationship?
I feel like trauma should get brought up. Not severe trauma, like something that you want to keep dear to you. If you feel comfortable enough, I would say trauma. Because sometimes I bring up trauma when I meet somebody, because I did go through it with my ex. So it's like, hey, this is why.
It pertains to kind of like the relationship space.
Yeah, because this is how I am. If I respond some type of way, or like, for example, when I'm upset or I'm depressed, or like I close myself out and try to figure it out on my own before I speak. Because I never, in my lifetime, I never spoke about how I felt to somebody. I always dealt with it internally and got myself out of it. So when people are like, oh, you need to speak about your feelings, I'm like, that's hard for me. But the way that I figure it out, and where it's more comfortable for me, is where I figure it out first, and then I'll come to you like, hey, this is what is happening. Because I need to figure it, like, it's in your brain. I don't know if anybody else felt this way, but in your brain, it's like, you don't know. And it's just a bunch of words that's just shooting across your head all the time. You're like, bro, what is going on? Until you actually form a sentence, be like, okay, I can finally see clearly.
Slow down.
Slow down, see clear what I'm actually upset about, and then go to that person and be like, hey, this is what is upsetting me, or this is why I'm feeling that type of way. I don't know, that's just me, but everybody is different.
No, I definitely do the same thing when it comes to like fights, I guess. Or not even fights, I shouldn't say that. Or if there's a situation that I feel like I know I have to address it with the other person, I try to take the time and understand why I feel the way I feel.
Why you're upset.
There's a couple things that I like truly live by, and it's your perspective is everything. The reaction to your reaction is equal to the outcome of a situation. So it's like it's both of those things coming into play. So emotions are to be observed and to be let go. As mundane as that may seem, I learned that during like a meditation, and it really helped me with a lot of anger that I had within me for just various things. And it's simple that I also do think that people misconstrue emotions with how they feel.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how, let me explain that a little bit better. So let's say you're angry, right? The emotion is anger. But let's say in a fight, someone comes, if you and another person get into a fight and they're like, I think that, you know, not even a good one either. Let me think about this real quick. But I can feel it, but I can't put it into words.
Like express it, basically. You can express it into like how you're feeling.
Yeah, because it's more so one of those things, like if it's situational, I can point it out, but it's like, I feel like you did X, Y, and Z to me, right? You feeling that based off of what someone did to you is not an emotion. You know what I mean? So I feel like when people, when you get into a situation where you're like, I feel like you badmouth me behind my back, and I feel like that wasn't the best thing to do, or that wasn't cool of a friend to do. What emotion do you actually feel?
Right.
Is it anger? Is it betrayal? Or you know what I mean? I wouldn't really say that betrayal is like an emotion, but it's a feeling. You know what I mean? So I feel like people get feelings and actual emotions confused. So because of that situation, you may feel betrayed, which causes anger. You know what I mean? So I feel like when you break things down in that way, it forces you to slow down and really analyze the situation. It makes you analyze what makes you feel a certain way. And then finally, what are you actually feeling? You know what I mean? Not in that order. I'm not saying this is a playbook for how you should analyze your emotions. You know yourself, you know your body. But for me, that was like really pivotal in terms of trying to understand why I was so angry. You know what I mean? So I definitely think that the second part to that is making sure you know if you're reactive or not. Because no one, I don't think anybody wants to be vulnerable with a partner that's just super reactive. Let's say if you came up to me and was like, oh, Miko, like, I really feel like when you spoke to me the other day, you were very, kind of disrespectful in the way that you spoke to me. And then I was just like, what do you mean disrespectful? I didn't say anything to you to be disrespectful. You know what I mean? Of course, you're going to have a negative outcome instead of a productive outcome because of the way you're reacting. In that situation, you should say, okay, I hear you. Can you explain to me what about what I said was disrespectful? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's when you can actually have that dialogue and speak to each other. And maybe you speaking to that person will help them work through the emotions that they felt. And then it's like, oh, well, I guess it's not really what you said to me, but how you said it. That made me feel betrayed or disrespected in some way. And that's understandable. So now then you have that note in the back of your head, like, okay, I need to work on how I say things, not necessarily what you say, but how you say them. And that goes, and that's a situation that now you and your friend or you and your partner have that you've built off of. And now you have that little rapport, right? And you can use those moments to either, strip someone down, like you always react X, Y, and Z way. You never really let me talk type of thing. Or you can let it build you guys up and be like, you know what? I hear you. I don't want to be that person to you. I want you to be able to come to me when you feel some type of way. So that way we can really talk about it and work forward. And I think it's always, and I think I can't speak for the woman in the video, but her mentality strikes me as someone that would be like, you don't get how I feel or what I'm saying, so I'm just not gonna give you the time of day type of thing. And that's not really fair, right? Like if you want somebody to learn you, you're gonna have to stick it out with them for them to learn you.
Yeah, she also gives me that vibe of like that baddie kind of mentality, like I'm bigger than you, like I can do this on my own type of thing, kind of energy that she has. If she says like never tell a man your insecurities. And I feel like even though I'm trying to go back to what you said, I feel like if you are reactive to another person and you're so quick to give in like emotion, it's like, I would say it's like texting, you know, you don't know the emotions of texting. You read something and you create emotion in your head when that person's not really, there's no emotion to create, you know? So it's the same way. And then when you actually go to that person and you're reactive to that person, now that person doesn't feel comfortable talking to you. Now they're going to start backing away. They're going to start going to their friends. They're going to go to another man or another woman for advice, or they go to therapy, you know, because they need somebody else.
But they don't feel safe with you.
Exactly. They don't feel safe. And that's not great. You know, you're there for a long time. You're dating, you're married. You should be able to be comfortable to talk to each other, whether you like it or not. Like, that's part of being in a relationship. I mean, if it gets
part of being an adult too, to be honest with you.
Yes. Because, I don't know, like, you should, at the end of the day, you should be comfortable with your partner to bring up things. If it gets to the point where it's toxic, there's the door. Like, you can leave. You don't have to stay. You really don't have to stay. You can go and find somebody else that will appreciate you and actually will sit down and walk you through that. You need somebody who's patient with you if you think that you are a hard person to date, or you don't feel like people don't like you or something. You need to get out of your box. And that's another thing. People like to stay in there what they're comfortable with. Girl, get out of your box, get out of your comfort zone, and find somebody that will appreciate you than your little box did. Because you will be surprised if you go out that box. You'll be surprised how many different men or different women have a different mindset than where you at, you know? So
I still feel like this is more so for the people that weaponize vulnerability, right? Like, why? I just never would think, why would you even want to? You know what I mean? Like, if you say that you're going into something with another person, whether it be a friendship or a relationship, why would you, what would possess you to want to weaponize that?
That's a great question. If you guys can comment down below what you think about that question. Like, why do people weaponize insecurities? Is it because of
or vulnerabilities?
Yeah. Is it because how they grew up? Is it their culture? Is it just their friends? Is it something that they made up themselves? Because there's different aspects and different situations that can cause it, and it's not their fault. It's just how whatever they're around with, that's what they were taught, and they thought that was okay, so they just do it for their either.
I don't think we mean like unknowingly too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, unknowingly is one thing, but like intentionally saying like, oh, well, that's why X, Y, and Z happened to you. I feel like that's fucked up.
Yeah, that's messed up. You should never be
I don't think I've ever been in a situation like that though, but
yeah, no. Or like when somebody says, oh, you're acting like my ex. Like, but what?
Oh.
No,
yeah.
What?
I don't think I would ever really say that. I mean, let me take that back. Have I said that before?
Oh, damn.
I don't think I've ever said it before in like the way of like digging at someone.
Yeah.
More so pointing out triggers. You know what I mean? Like, not, and I don't think I know that I've never said like, you're acting like my ex. Like, no. But I know that I've said before, like, the same way that you're treating me is what I've experienced before.
Yeah.
And I'm not going through it again. Like, I legitimately refuse.
Yeah. I think there's a different way to say it. But I feel like that people result to that. Because I've been told that I acted like somebody else's ex. And I'm just like, I'm a human being. Some females act the same. It's not that. It's just, I don't know. That was a weird situation. I'm not gonna get into it, but yeah. We're not gonna get into it. But.
You're just gonna, dangle the tea in front of y'all and take it away. I get it.
Yep. Pull you in, like a siren.
But yeah, I hate that. I wouldn't say I hate that she's putting content out like this, but I kind of do. You know what I mean? Just because I feel like it's stuff like this that'll have like women or girls thinking like they can't find people that they can be vulnerable with. And I think the part of growing up and knowing who you are and things like that is going through these moments that will test you.
Yeah.
And I think that instead of people thinking of hardships or negative events in life, instead of them thinking of them as learning opportunities, and I don't mean like learning from this exact example, but learning how to get through it is so underestimated. And I think that's why a lot of people have, I don't want to say mental issues, but like legitimate scarring because you just don't know how to move forward. And letting things go is very, very important. And I'm not saying letting things go as far as forgetting what that person did to you, but understanding maybe your role in it. You know what I mean? Understanding how you may have made the other person feel or affected them negatively in some way. And then also acknowledging, that maybe something that happened to you was traumatic. But that doesn't necessarily mean the next person will do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I just want to read the comment that's under here. She has one comment that I kind of want to read out loud. It says, I think this applies to everyone, not just men. I've had more women that were supposed to be friends use my insecurities against me than any man I ever been with. That's true. I feel like women are bullies.
Yeah.
Women are bullies, natural bullies. And they always get jealous of other women being more successful or on the same level as them or whatever it is. And yeah, women will take their other women's insecurities and dog walk them for no reason at all.
Yeah.
And that's in everybody. And just like, bro, why though? Why do women think that way? Like, is it because of social media? Is it because of women like her who said that you can never show your insecurities to men? Is it because of her that she's preaching and influencing other girls to be like that? Because to me,
I think sometimes it's just innate because I feel like I think it comes back to just being threatened. You know what I mean? In some way, shape, or form.
She's
I feel
definitely hurt.
A lot of the times, yeah, she's definitely hurt and definitely scarred. But I feel like a lot of times when you have these types of situations, like between two female best like friends or whatever, or not even best friends, but just like female friends in general. Let me even broaden that to like acquaintances, because I know that's like even in the workplace, there are some people that will just try to make you feel like a small dog, in the yard. But it comes down to knowing yourself and knowing what you will and will not stand for, and speaking up for yourself when it's needed. Like, I think that's one thing that I love, I guess, about myself is just that when I really need to, I will speak up for myself. Will it come out the way that I intended it? Probably not. You might be a little pissed off for a little bit. You know what I mean? But I don't like a bully. I don't like someone trying to act or make it seem like they're smarter than me in some way or anything like that, or like they have a point to prove. And it's like, I don't care about your point to prove.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you think you're better in some way, shape, or form. Because at the end of the day, I still see you as a peer.
Right.
Any other human on this planet, I see you as a peer. So I think it's also about knowing yourself and knowing what you will and will not stand for. And I think a lot of people in general, not just women, but people in general, don't know boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They don't set clear boundaries within themselves. It's not saying like, oh, if you do X, Y, and Z, the result will be 1, 2, 3. No, it's, I know that this type of situation triggers me. So what can I do to avoid it happening? Right? And that's when you start analyzing the signs and signals of it happening before, whether it be a friend slowly pulling away, leading up to, the event that caused y'all to fall out, or, that significant other, being less attentive. That's like, a sign that you notice before the big fallout happens. So knowing how to recognize when something's kind of going south, or and then also to learning what you will and will not put up with.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way you'll know for sure is sadly if you test those boundaries.
Yeah. And we're not saying like it's easy. Like this is not easy stuff that we're saying.
It's not.
This is more of over the years of practice in watching and practice and analyzing and practice and getting things wrong, being a mess up, not doing everything perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay to not be perfect, and you just gotta learn from it. And once you find that, you will start loving yourself and start loving everybody around you. But it takes time. Don't rush into it, So
the worst thing that you can be is your own enemy.
Yeah. You're fighting your own demons, girl. And men. You're fighting
to
your
be
own
honest
demons. And don't get me wrong, they're gonna still be there. It's just won't be as strong as it used to be,
because it comes back to perspective, because you're so not even used to, like you're familiar with those signs, you're familiar with the feeling of different situations. So this might not be the best way to explain it, but like I think of life, or think of the event or situation as an equation, right?
Mm-hmm.
A plus B equals C. I'm not saying that works every single time, right? But let's say if you had a cheater plus y'all break up equals evaluation.
Mm-hmm.
You evaluate your life. You evaluate, what that person wasn't good for. You evaluate what they were good for. The whole part of dating, the whole part of having friends, is to learn the ins and out of humanity, learn the ins and out of who you want and a long-standing person within your life. And I know y'all have heard this before. Not every person is meant to be here past a season. There are seasonal people in your life, and you will have to accept them as seasonal people in your life. That doesn't mean you stop being you. That doesn't mean you stop trying to care for somebody just because they may or may not be a seasonal person. Don't go into a relationship thinking that it's going to be a season, because then you can start treating it like a season when it's actually here for the long haul, and then you're blocking your blessings. So just, don't take everything so personal, right? Like if this person does something wrong, that's a reflection on them. If they put their hands on you, if they cheated on you, if they betrayed you in some way, at the end of the day, that has no reflection on you. None whatsoever. That is a reflection solely on them. So what my mom says, what they eat don't make you shit.
Mm-hmm.
They don't. So whatever they do doesn't have any bearings on you. Whatever they say doesn't have any bearings on you. A lot of the times when you have a really toxic situation, they're projecting what they fear on you. The fear of insecurity, the fear of inadequacy, the fear of, not rising past a point in your life, when it's really them, when they're stagnant in their life and they're trying to keep you in that same space because they know, I think subconsciously people know the potential another person has. I think everyone has the propensity to know that innately.
Mm-hmm.
So like I know that Akari has the potential to be a very, very bubbly person. She's always been a bubbly person. But I can also notice when her battery is low. That just comes with being a friend and observing your friend.
Mm-hmm.
So I think one thing that the woman in the video is really pointing out, which I might take as a positive, is understanding when someone is lashing out and trying to take advantage of those insecurities or any type of vulnerabilities, and giving you the opportunity to realize that the fear that they're projecting on you is not your own fear. And that's another thing too. Well, going back to what we were talking about previously about emotions being observed and let go. Sometimes emotions that arise aren't your own. You know what I mean? Sometimes it could be like, have you ever had that moment where you were talking to somebody and you start getting angry? You know what I mean?
Definitely.
That's not your anger. You're feeling what the other person is feeling. That's called empathy, the ability to feel that emotion. So that goes with anything else. If someone is feeling insecure and you start feeling insecure, recognize it for what it is. It's not your own insecurity. It's that person's insecurity. Basically trying to camouflage itself onto you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when you kind of sit down and have to realize, like, what do I have to be insecure about? I'm a fucking baddie. I'm a 10 out of fucking 10. I'm a boss in my own way. You know what I mean?
100%.
Sorry for my TED talk.
No, you're good. But we're gonna end that on that note. I would like you guys to definitely throw your comments down below. I really want to know what you guys think about this situation and this topic that we had today. We definitely felt, when we found this vid, we definitely felt kind of like, ooh, we don't like this. Hold up. This is something we need to talk about.
It's kind of dumb.
I know. But in our first episode, that's crazy. Canceled. Just kidding. But no, we definitely...
Yeah, like, do you think that your vulnerabilities is a negative, or should vulnerabilities be embraced? Like,
right.
What do you think? We want to hear from you.
We definitely want to hear from you.
So next we're gonna do like a little game. Sunny's going to explain what the game is. Are you ready?
Ready?
Yeah.
Ready. Let's go.
Everybody else ready? All right. Well,
Yeah.
basically the game is blurt out prompts. It's no thinking, no pausing. Say the first thing that pops in your head. If you hesitate, you lose.
Oh.
Yep. So I hope you're ready. Hope you got your thinking cap on.
I'm a lose.
Is there like a point cap or?
Fuck no, we're going straight into it.
Oh.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, something that instantly ruins your mood.
Guys.
Okay. A word that should never be moaned.
God.
Today, Junior.
That is moist.
Counts.
Does it? No. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, next one.
Something you'd hate to hear your parents say.
You can't sing.
I hate you.
A place you shouldn't be barefoot.
Boston.
Public bathroom. Boston.
Yeah, Boston.
Something you lie about on a resume.
Wait, what? Repeat.
Something that you
Experience.
lie about on a resume. Yeah, she got it.
Oh, okay.
That's 3-2. Oh, I'm back in it.
Something that shouldn't be sticky.
Your mouth.
Your hands?
You got it first.
4 right now. I don't even know.
4-4, I think.
Is it?
Oh, dang.
I think so. A word that gives you the ick.
Moist.
I don't know. Is that a tie? Like, is that like a like? Do you both get that?
No, I got that all day. Give me my point.
Something that shouldn't be. Oh wait, I already said that one. A reason you block someone immediately.
Dick pic, unsolicited.
Something you judge someone for.
Their fashion.
Sending a dick pic, unsolicited.
You can't repeat the serious answer, you fucker.
Something you scream during an argument.
You don't love me enough.
You.
Like he was crazy.
Oh, geez.
Damn.
I think it's 6-6. I think it's 12 questions. Yeah.
No.
You both have 6-6.
I don't
Sorry
know.
about
You're
this.
supposed to keep
You're the
score. What the heck?
Yeah, it's 6-6. It's 12 questions.
Well,
Okay. It's first to 10, no?
Was it first to 10? Oh
yeah.
shit. Okay. Well.
Yes.
All right. You ready?
no.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh wait. A noise that makes you irrationally angry.
Styrofoam. I hate that shit. Like, styrofoam rubbing against each other. Oh my god, I hate it.
Oh,
I mean, I hate it. Like,
damn.
ugh.
Something people share too soon. Overshare too soon. Yeah. Like I'm terrible at this. Why'd you guys have me do this?
Oh. Wait.
Overshare too soon?
Yeah. Something people overshare too soon.
The same drink?
Like a relationship, like dating. Like you've only had one date.
Oh.
I don't
They
even
love
know.
them.
I love you.
I love you.
Yeah.
7-7. A reason you'd go through someone's phone.
They're cheating.
Cheating.
Read an embarrassing DM.
An embarrassing DM? Nobody hits my
Yep.
DM.
Embarrassing DM.
Yeah.
You got an embarrassing DM?
No. I mean, you mean like somebody sending it to you, or
Yeah. Or
Like
vice
someone
versa, I would
sending you a
assume.
DM?
I like feet. I don't know.
You like feet? That's weird, dude. You
It
like
is
feet, there's something wrong with you. Yeah, you're weird. A lie people tell in relationships.
Their height.
Ooh, good one. Something that would ruin a group chat.
A dick pic.
Oh my god, what's wrong with you?
Well, you got 10.
Third time. That's the third
Yeah,
time. What's
that's-
wrong with
I
you?
win, I
You
win.
need to tell us something, Nico. Like, you need to tell us something. Hey.
Yeah, you getting
What do
that
you mean?
many dick pics, you gotta put my face in your profile picture. Like, yo, what's up? It's this guy.
No, what I'm saying is like before, like I don't think y'all realize how like dumb people are. Like people will send you, or I don't know, maybe it's just me. I don't
I'll say
know.
if somebody sends me a dick pic, I mean, I don't know why somebody would send me that.
Well, I mean, I think it's different for girls though. I don't know if any what the fuck? I had a, I had a slight stroke, yo. Whoever is listening, bro, back me up. Like, is it like a common thing, or was it just common for me? Because it's just like it doesn't happen anymore, obviously, right? But it's like there was like a period where it was just like Snapchat, Instagram, like brother, it's Instagram. Who Instagrams? So that's why I had to close like my DMs and stuff. And like, you can't send me a message if you're not my friend on Snapchat and the whole nine. Like it was too much. This is way too much.
That means
But I won.
you did?
Yeah, I won. He said I was first to 10.
Oh.
Yeah, Kari got 8, you got 10.
Yay.
Well, that
Congratulations.
was fun. We'll have to try it again. Maybe get some different prompts
Yeah.
next time.
We need to keep it
Yeah, 'cause
PG though.
Different-
Oh, no, those are
No, you
terrible.
know.
Yeah, this motherfucker dick pic like 3 times.
Right.
I feel like y'all should cite that over 3 times for the same answer is crazy. At that point, it's like cheating.
It's no repeats though. I mean, there wasn't like it wasn't a rule, so I win.
But you repeated the same answer.
It was quick. It was on the roll. It was on the ball.
You guys stumbled over your words like 4 times for 4 different questions.
Yeah, because we didn't really
yeah.
understand it. I'm like,
Brother, the
didn't
moderator
write
is
these.
judging us. I feel judged. Okay,
No judgment.
judged. I feel judged.
No,
But thank you guys for listening. Thank you for being our moderator, babe. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Kind of throwing up in here.
Comment
Don't have to be
below
here.
what answers you got for all these questions. I really want to hear our people's.
Yeah, me too.
Our real
Okay,
ones.
heard
What
me.
did
Did you say dick pic too? But already, guys, that is our time.
Yes. We will catch you guys in the next episode. Hopefully, we're dropping that on the 16th. And we had fun. I would say our conversations were fun. But we definitely love you guys.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you.
kind of.
Yeah. What?
Time passed.
Really?
Love you guys.
Yeah.
I was just saying time passed.
I know time did pass, but yeah, we love you guys and thank you for tuning in to our first episode ever. We're so excited to
Yeah.
push this out more and hopefully something comes out of it. Hopefully we get new real ones into our little fam. That'll be great.
Yeah, like and subscribe.
Yes.
Join the Discord fam.
Yes. It's all.
We love you guys.
Love you. Bye.
Bye, real ones.
Bye, everyone.